Let's take a look at what's going on with Dogecoin today, guys. All right, so here's what we're looking at. I haven't made a video in a couple days, so I'm gonna like kind of give you like the background of what we had been looking at. Basically, we had this uptrend right here. We were bouncing on it, support, 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 coming down, getting support on it, boom, bouncing on that line. We broke through it, going to the downside right here. Ever since then, and even when we were having trouble in this area, I was looking at the Fibonacci retracement chart. When we have a big run, get the Fibonacci retracement tool, drag from the bottom of the run to the top of the run. It gives me these levels to watch. It gives me this red line, the yellowish green one, the green one, and the teal. And then there's also this like bluish one down here. 23%, 38%, 50%, 61% levels going to the downside. So this was one signal that we were going down. We were having trouble right here. We came up. Let's see, where was it? Actually, I think it was like right here. We came up, had trouble, couldn't break through or couldn't complete this flag pattern. And we had trouble in here. And basically, that was one signal that we were going to start heading down. We broke this trend line going to the downside. That was another signal we were heading down. And so I started using these Fibonacci retracement levels as limit orders. We came down, filled all three limit orders. Boom, 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 right here. And we were basically bouncing in between these two areas. I actually did sell this position right here. I was trying to buy it back because we came up, broke the trend line, started heading down again. I thought we were going to come back down and hit that limit order again at .294. I think it was. It says .292, but it was, my limit order is at 294. These kind of get moved around a little bit. If I move this a little bit, it changes the number. But anyways, we came down, hit that limit order, came up, started coming down again. I thought we were going to come down, hit that Fibonacci retracement level, but we didn't. We found support in this area right here. Right now I'm on the daily time frame of Dogecoin on Binance, on the tether to Binance. I usually use the Coinbase chart, but I have a bunch of other info on there too, on that chart. So basically, what we're watching right now, let's take a look at what's happening right now. So that's like kind of what's been happening. I came down, filled my limit orders, bought at this level, bought at this level, bought at this level, came up, sold this one. I thought it was going to come down. We still have a limit order down here. Once it started kind of like going sideways in here and not pushing to the downside, I thought I'd hedge my bet and buy a little bit more down here, because when we sold up here, it's already been like 20 some percent or something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like around 20%, a little more than 20%. That's where I sold it from. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a little bit more right here. And yeah, so let's take a look at what's happening right now though. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame, and this is what I was looking at maybe yesterday. We had resistance, 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 support, support, support. We're basically going sideways, bouncing in between these two trend lines, getting lower highs and higher lows, forming a trend line, in a triangle, I'm sorry. Once we break either going to the upside or to the downside, then we can target either the triangle pattern, or there was a possible bear flag pattern too. I was going to make a video on it. I thought it was going to go to the downside, but we actually popped to the upside. So what I would do in this situation, since we popped to the upside, I would target from the top to the bottom of the triangle, maybe something like this, drag this to the breakout, something like that. And I'm looking at a target of around 359. And I think if we could break this Fibonacci retracement level going to the upside, which we already kind of have, but we did right here and we did right here, and we couldn't get past it. So maybe like right here, if we can get past around, let's say like .348, somewhere around there, if we could really start pushing past there, then maybe we can start even come up to .394. But we are trending up. We are coming into contact with this resistance area, though, at the Fibonacci retracement level, that 38% level. Look what happened right here. Came up, got resistance, got pushed to the downside. Look what happened right here. Got a bounce, pushed to the upside, right at that level. Boom, got resistance and pushed to the downside. Came up, didn't go even, we didn't really get close to there, but came down, went sideways a little bit, popped up. Look, right where we're at right now, we're right at that level. So this could be either a place of resistance where we get pushed to the downside, or if we could really start, like I was saying, if we could really like break this top right here, like at this previous top right here, then I think if we could break through that, I guess that target's right there too. But maybe my point is if we could clearly break above this line right here, then I think the next one would be up here sitting at around .394. Also, the previous resistance in this area right here, you can see all this little price action in this area where we're getting resistance and unable to push to the upside, and we're instead pushed it down. So yeah, that's kind of some of the things that I'm looking at, and what I had been looking at. We were just basically, like I said, we were just in this triangle pattern. What I thought possibly was that we might be looking at a bear flag, because if we go to the daily time frame, we have this drop off like that straight to the downside, and then consolidation, waiting for a breakout to the upside or to the downside. If it goes to the downside, it would have been a flag pattern. So we have this big pull pattern, and then we have a pennant pattern. Sorry, a pennant pattern, should I say. They're the same thing, though. But you would drag from the top to the bottom of the pennant, and then, or the flag, the pole, I'm sorry. Drag from the top to the bottom of the pole, then drag that to the breakout. If it breaks to the bottom, then you'd be looking at something like that. It's a continuation pattern, big drop to the downside, consolidation, break to the downside, and then that'd be a flag pattern, just in case you're wondering. I mean, a bear flag pattern going to the downside, it works the same way going to the upside. So we talk about I like to talk about bear flags and stuff a lot. When we have these big run-ups, that's like a pull, and then we get consolidation. If we could break to the upside, then it's a continuation. If we're breaking to the downside, then it's not a flag pattern. And that's kind of what we did. Well, we didn't do that right here, kind of, but this one kind of faked us out. So sometimes we'll get a big pull. Let's see. We'll get a pull, something like that, consolidation, break to the upside. But this one stopped performing and started going down. And that was a signal where I was like, oh, this is, because there was also this trend, this little trend that formed right here in the smaller time frame. Let's go to like the hourly time frame. There was probably like a trend that formed right here, and it broke it going to the downside. Let's see. Let's something like this. Where we were bouncing. Let's go ahead and zoom in for you. So we're looking at this little trend right here where it's kind of, we're getting support on this line right here. It's not perfect. You could kind of like drag it out. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. That seems like an average. But basically, we're bouncing on that line right there. And if we break it going to the downside, then that's a signal that we might be going down. We're bouncing on it, came up, actually got a nice little pump to the upside, and then came back down, broke through it. And then that's when, I mean, that was one trend that broke. And then we started kind of, let's see. Basically, we weren't able to fulfill the flag pattern, and then that was when it was kind of like a signal that we weren't going to, because we were running up, and then we had this big, huge run up. We broke out of this flag pennant pattern, but it stopped performing, started going down, and that was a signal that this flag pattern wasn't performing very well. Right here, came down. I thought it was possibly a bear flag pattern. We actually broke to the upside. That bear flag pattern, I'm not looking at that anymore. So, yeah, triangle pattern breaking out to the upside. I think we have a little target of around .358 right here. I also think if we could break out of the Fibonacci retracement level decisively, maybe even if we could break this level going up, then I think the next stop is going to be around .394, .395 approximately. Yeah, that's reasonable. 395. Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at. I'm still waiting for, I don't know. Okay, so I talked about how I had limit orders here, how I had buy limit orders here. I actually filled this one, and then it came up, and then I sold it right here. Now that we broke this trend line going to the upside, I'm a little less confident on this limit order right here. And I'm kind of glad that I bought in here a little bit. I haven't nearly put what I took out yet, but, and I don't know if it depends on maybe over time, but, yeah, so I would still like it to go down, but it's kind of I don't know. We'll kind of see. Let's see if it could actually break through this Fibonacci retracement level. The other thing I've been talking about though, like in the past couple videos, is that if it bounces in between these Fibonacci retracement lines or these levels, something like that, then that's actually a good thing, because like if we get resistance right now and starts heading down, then you know, we were bought here, sold here, could buy again here, maybe buy back here, or even if it just does something like excuse me, even if it just does something in between these two trend lines, or maybe it breaks this one, starts bouncing in between these two ones, something like that. If we could bounce in between these two trend lines, that's kind of what I wouldn't mind that myself. Excuse me, I need some water or something. All right, if you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and if you want to watch the last video, check it out right here. If you guys are new to trading, check out this playlist right here. Help get you started on TradingView. And if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you.